This is Real Life Live, y'all. This is a little late tonight, but let's get with it. We had to do some things earlier. All right. Let's see what we're looking at. Okay. We're talking about that case we've been working on now for a day or two. This the Teresa Black case. Okay. So, and this is a case that hey, this happened. What happened is this young lady when she was about 23 years old, about 23 years ago, she was, you know, going through hard times. Okay, and lost her job. She had a baby boy. His name is William. That's what the case is about. They say she murdered her child. I don't think she did it. We'll talk about that. But so what they're saying, the state of Georgia saying, hey, you when you were with the child one night, you gave him too much medicine. Okay, when he got sick. She's out in the street now. Let's remember this. The young lady's out in the street. She don't have a job. She's living day to day. You know, with a baby, and she had options, but she was clouded. That's what happens. When you're trying to, things are, going around spinning. She couldn't, you know, keep it all in order there. So she was worried about her child. So, bottom line, one night, she gave him some uh, uh, some Tylenol and over there, and they both went to sleep. She thought everything was fine. She wakes up, he's passed. Okay, so she panicked and this and that. Okay, and yeah. Now, 23 years later, it turned into a cold case, and now it's come back up. And bottom line, she's on trial for murder. Okay, Miss Teresa Black, and that's what we're following now. So we were looking at it today, and here's what happened. Well, they had some people up there, uh, most of them she knew, two of them that she knew personally, and then they had a toxicologist, all right, we'll talk about, well, his name was Mr. Johnson. That's his son. He was a toxicologist. He was talking about, uh, William, the baby boy who passed, and they say he was murdered. We'll and well, he said now he had drugs. I guess you would say Tylenol if you want. Okay, in other words, but he couldn't tell how much. And that's a rub in the case. So they can't tell how much you know drugs that he had, the baby, okay, and it wasn't like illegal, okay, like cocaine or nothing, but yeah. So she panicked. What she did though, and she had took care of him. He was covered, warmly, and but she left. She got up. She left. She panicked. Okay, and she said she was, you know, looking for help or whatever, But she panicked, and that was what it's about. But I don't think she killed that boy because when they got her and they were interviewing her, and boy, when she was in that room, when she was talking about her son and what happened, and why, and she said she didn't, she did the best she could, and she didn't know what to do, and she, tried to keep him warm because he was out in the streets, and boy, she broke down. Even the two police officers, they were kind of, had, huh, surprisingly, some empathy for her. Because she was broke down, and then they said, "Hey, Miss Black, we're going to step out for a minute, and then we'll be back." Well, you know how that goes down. If the if the people that did what they say they did, if they're guilty, when they leave them rooms, they're a lot of them are like, yeah, goddamn, and they cussing, and see what I'm saying, and because they know they ain't got caught, you see what I'm saying, and then they talking about, this and that, and if he wouldn't have said that or she wouldn't have, it's all guilt. What Miss Black did, soon as they broke, when she they left, she was crying when they left, and she was crying and crying, and then she just broke down and just held her head down on the desk and just cried and cried and cried. Okay, so looking at that, looking at human beings, language, I guess y'all call it body language. What I saw, hey, I saw a young lady that had a baby and out in the street and did the best she could, and it was a tragedy. Okay, and but I don't think she killed the baby. All right. So they had the tox guy, and then his grandmother, Grandma Williams. Okay, that's what I call it. And she was up there, like a grandmother is gonna be. That was my baby. I miss my baby. I wanted to see him, and Teresa didn't let me see him. It was a little, I guess not friction, but it was like, you know, at this time, things were going on, and they say, you know, she Teresa was being kind of evasive. Okay, so when she was up there, you know, grandma, she said she just wanted to see her grandson. So you can understand that, and and when it was my read on that was, hey, she just wanted to see her grandson, and she was kind of not buying a couple of things because she wasn't seeing him. So you know that's what it was with Grandma Williams, because you know how grandmas are. They love their grandchildren. You know, mine said. All okay. Now she had another person that knew her. I think her name was Ava. A best friend. Now she went up, she got out there, and she was emotional. Okay, because that was her best partner. You could see it. It was like you could see the hurt. Because what it came down, Teresa, when she was in Carolina before she moved to Atlanta, when and that's where William lost his life. Okay, so she had to move there because things weren't working in Carolina, and she thought things would get better. Okay, so her best partner though, even she said, well, just all of a sudden, Teresa said she got to go. She's getting ready to move on. She's moving to it, and then Eva was like, now I'm saying Eva, I'm hoping that's I think it was the right name, but okay, let's go with that. All right. Well, so Eva said, well, wow, you never told me anything. You going right now? You gone? Shoot. She said, Teresa's like, she just booked up and left everything. So when she was on the stand, it was like a unfinished relationship that went south, and it hurt her. So that's the read I got on her testimony. And then with then they had a black man by the name of Mr. Harris. You see what I'm saying? Now he was the black man that he was staying across the street. and that's where they found the body. He's the guy that they said he discovered the body. You see what I'm saying? So he has a you know vision, you know, or image, you know, that he can't get out of his head too. So he was on there. The last person that was on the scene, you know. So yeah, and but what he did, he just saw the body. Okay, so you know, so and he said what he had to say, and then they closed it out. The judge said we'll be back. I think he said 10:30. So we're hanging in there, and this is case number 3, as you see, you know, and you know we're having fun like we do, and we'll be filling in. But when the verdict comes, you know, we'll be there for the whole thing in full. So you know, but we had to fill you in on what we saw today as we're following the Teresa Black case. Okay, and for some other, just a couple of things, you know, that we saw as far as the NFL, because it's getting ready to close the season. But they had an issue a couple of weeks ago with a game that with a fight that broke out, and there was you know basically a murder. Okay, the NFL don't want to, you know, they don't want me to. Hey, don't ever say that. God damn it, you know, I can hear Jerry now. But still, it was straight up murder, but not intentional murder. I will say that. I don't think it was a fight. Okay, I saw it. I don't think the guy who threw the punch or whatever, he was trying to, you know, they were trying to heal, you know, because he's throwing punches, you know, one like Ali Frazier. But here's what happens when you're into that kind of fight or anything, sometimes you get caught, you know, you get caught the wrong way, excuse me, and then you know, fall or whatever, you know, hit your head. They said he hit his head, but I saw the whole thing, you know, and hey, it was a fight in the stands. The NFL, hey, just own up, man. You know, cause you got they got some charges coming up. Those guys that did it, you know, and and the guy, his name was Mr. Mooney, you know, so you know, all the best, you know, and sorry about you know what happened on that, and but you know it was at Patriots game, you know how you know they kind of how far we didn't you know fall fail, so you know it used to be you know hey Patriots now. You know, now it's the site of a murder scene, crime scene, you know, in an NFL stadium. Wow. All right. So we had to kind of talk about that. Now we were going to talk about the NFL games coming up, you know, but that's coming up Saturday, so no game tonight. Let's wrap it up because we wanted to talk about the case, and we'll be on that case tomorrow when they start back up at 10:30, and it's late tonight, and that's about it. Okay, this is Real Life Live. Yeah, and like you see, we're on the Teresa Black case, and this is the Colitics Collitics station. Okay, good night.